I wonder where David is today. Doesn't he know today's stream day? Let me look around for him. Oh, what's this? There's an incoming call from David. How strange. What
Hey,
do we
Lance.
have here? Wow, David, you're coming at me from a different angle today.
Yeah. Thought I'd use Tuple to pair program with you.
What is Tuple?
Tuple's one of these Kickstarter kind of projects I saw on some site, and they're a pretty young company that's making pair programming software.
Cool.
So,
Let me see if I can.
so
Hey, I can sign your screen.
Oh, I am going to save this and put it on some checks.
I like this better than. I already like Tuple better than Zoom.
Hey, mute one of your mics there so we don't get this echo.
Oh, there we are. Oh, there's this new thing on my dashboard, on my not dashboard, menu bar. So there's Tuple. It says I'm pairing. I can end the call. There's you. There's share screen, start video. That's cool. Wow.
Yeah, so it might take us a little bit to get used to this, but it has really good, it has some good people behind it because they've put a lot of thought into bandwidth, the bandwidth it takes to share screens, to share video, to do audio and stuff. And so it's not just one channel. They've, I guess, have multiple channels going in, and they can control the bandwidth on one channel and stuff. So it's pretty exciting.
Right on. Yeah, I have a bunch of people looking for something, a tool to do pairing on iOS or on macOS. It's because they're mobile developers. And well, let's see what else. Let me look at this. So there's also a resolution. I can choose ludicrous mode, 4K, high, retina, And what does this button do? I can shake my hand. Oh, look, I can do a ticker tape parade when I'm happy. All right, yeah.
I need that. That's a good thing.
What does this button do? Send code snippets and URLs. Send all keystrokes. Oh, it's a meta key thing, I guess. Turn keyboard on or off. Dual cursor mode. I'm going to turn on dual cursor mode. All right.
Okay. Are you sharing the screen on the live chat?
Yeah. We're on Twitter or Twitch.
Okay. Or YouTube or wherever. The 18 places. Okay.
Dual cursor mode, I thought might be having two cursors, one for each of us, but this looks like it's a shadow cursor for me.
Oh.
And
okay.
Let's see, what's this button do? Paint, that's what we were just doing. Highlight, I can highlight something. Like I can say, oh, test score game. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Hey, I need that.
I'm telling you, change this line right there.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Here's your problem right here.
So what does this do now? Now I can type in stuff. Wow, I can take, you're in keyboard, you're typing in Tuple, but you're currently in keyboard disable mode. Oh, because I was fiddling. Well, let me enable my keyboard. Let me drive your desktop for a little bit. Let's see here.
Go ahead.
There we are. Cool. The response time's pretty good.
Finish this test out.
Does it need finishing? What do we got going on? Test, score, game, view, blah. Throws. Wow. Hey, can I run the test first before let's see, it's angry, so we probably gotta, why is it?
I commented out the stuff that was angry there. So, yeah, click up there and run the test.
Build succeeded.
Whoa. David, your voice changed.
Test succeeded.
That's Alex. He's my computer voice.
Alex? You have a computer voice?
Yeah.
Are you throwing your voice?
No, I didn't. I set up behaviors in, let me see if I can find my mouse. Oh, there it is. Okay. So if you go here to Xcode behaviors. You can set up, when build succeeds or fails, I have it speaking using that voice, Alex, which is one of Apple's better voices. They have a number of voices. Some of them are really high quality and some are low quality, so you have to pick the right ones. And so I've got it now builds speaking using the Alex voice and also testing when testing succeeds or fails. So that's coming in handy because a lot of times I hit the build button and go get a Coke or, do something else and don't pay attention. And so it's nice to hear the verbal thing. So behaviors, it's a cool thing. And you can customize them, do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Cool. Yeah. I was just doing an audio check and our audio is going over the stream. So that's good. Okay. I'm going to try to, okay. So if I click on the menu button and then you do something else, I assume that goes away. There's not two cursors.
I can't do anything right now.
Oh, interesting.
Now I'm in control of my mouse is not paying attention to me very well. So you're more in control than I am right now.
Yeah. Okay. And oh, by the way, it turns on the so when you run Tuple, it automatically turns on the, how do I say, so you don't get bothered by notifications. So why can't you take over control? That's a little bit of a wonder.
I probably can get control if you don't touch the mouse for a moment.
Okay, let's see how that works.
Okay. So not paying attention much to me.
Well, I see it moving now.
Okay, now it's paying attention. Yeah.
Huh, there must be some kind of like handoff pause. Oh, there, I see two mouse pointers now. So if I move a pointer and you move a pointer, oh, a little bit, that's cool. Can we have two insertion points? Can you try to type in a comment and can I type in a comment in a different line?
Oh, no, let's try that. I'm typing down here in this function.
Oh, did I move you? Yeah, I moved you. Okay, so it's going to have one insertion point. I moved you up to there. So I was reading, in full disclosure, I was reading about Tuple a little bit before the show, and I saw that they did it in response to Screen Hero going away, and they said, hey, we wanted to have a good tool like Screen Hero, but Slack bought it, and then later Slack kind of shut it down. Screen Hero allowed multiple cursors, so you could have multiple inputs on the same editor, which is pretty cool.
All right. I never used Screen Hero.
Yeah, it was a really great tool for the 1 year it was available before Slack bought it.
Okay.
I'm going to try changing the resolution now because you see you're letterboxed on my, well, maybe you can't see it. On my screen, you're letterboxed. You're not using my whole screen. So I'm going to change to max ludicrous mode.
Oh, no. You're going into ludicrous mode. I wonder if they copied that from Elon Musk.
Yeah, I know. And nothing happened. So it didn't make my screen any bigger. I'll leave it back at very high. All right. I don't know. You're using a laptop with full resolution, I assume? It's a
yeah. Well, I don't know if it's using full resolution because I got it hooked up to an external monitor. It's not a full res monitor, so it might be lower than full.
Yeah, I think so because otherwise I can't figure out why there's a letterbox unless it's doing some moving the pixels around a little bit so that it's against a smaller canvas. Hey, I better turn on the big David here. One moment. And here, put you on the camera. There you are. So now you see two Davids and then two of me. Let me see. Now this viewpoint, is that from, oh, that's from your desktop. You have a Zoom window that's there. That's why I see that. Okay.
Yeah, I've got my Zoom on my desktop, so I should probably move that off if I could have my mouse back for a minute.
Hey, I'm not doing anything. I mean, okay. I'm curious to see how well this works. The handoff is a little bit different. Oh, that's weird. I just got a desktop notification too.
That's mine, Ben Ordson.
Oh.
I'm
That's
turning
weird.
on
So it's supposedly it was going to turn those things off for us, but I think I just got an email. Well, unless that was you and I got confused. That's possible.
That was mine.
Should turn it both off though, I would think. Anyways,
Yeah.
I saw that the licensing. So what's the license cost? It costs basically for an individual, it's $25 a month, and it would be for if I want to connect to my friend also has to opt in and buy that subscription as well. So that's the cost, $25 a month plus anybody you connect with. There's something about
I thought friends were free.
I'm confused about that because I also saw something about that. Your clients, for example, would be free too. But then I thought, well, that must be if you have an enterprise license or something. So I don't know. There's some little bit of trying out there because you're not. Did you sign up for the free one right now?
Yeah,
Or,
this is freebie.
yeah. So we need to go find a friend to see if we can invite him to the thing, to a Tuple. But then he has to download the client, and I feel like he's going to have to be coaxed into either doing the free or the paid. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. I'm
And they
confused.
have to have a Mac.
Well, of course, but all of our friends have Macs, David. I mean, they're very rational
Not all
people.
of my friends have Macs.
Get out of here. You have friends? You're friends with those people?
I still am friends with
Oh,
them.
my goodness, David. You just got to cull the herd, man. You can't just keep around just to be
Some
friends.
of them have boats.
Oh, well, that's pretty important.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you can't always choose your friends, is what I've been told.
But you can choose your own
You
laptop.
can choose your friends. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's see. So we talked about Tuple and we talked about behaviors. So what else is we doing today?
Well, we haven't done any coding in a while.
What? And I'm seeing we have our blah test that's failing and it's a baseball view test. Wow. Hey, can you make that? Or maybe I can.
I'm trying to, but
There.
I can't control the mouse. So
I fixed that. Don't worry. Let me take care of that for you, David.
Good
Your
job.
hands have been probably wore out by now, right? All that
I
work.
need a butler.
That's why you brought the beer today. It's like, hey, I'm going to get Lance to drive. So, yeah, what are we doing today? Is it all about this test that I see failing, or is it something else?
Well, to tell the truth, Lance, I've been coding on the side, and
Get
I've
outta
added
here.
a whole bunch of menus to the app, but I've not tested them at all.
Excuse me, David. Look into my eyes. You telling me you did not test those?
I didn't test them.
Oh, my goodness.
I've tried to test them. Does that count?
Try not, Jedi. Do or do not.
Sorry. I have tried to test them, and they are quite difficult to figure out how to test. So
Right.
I just had a breakthrough.
Oh,
but
yeah?
you might not like it.
You're going to say, get this, Lance. We could write code without tests. That's the breakthrough, right?
No. I put in the menus, and now I know a way to get the computer to tell me how to manipulate those things in code.
I'm going to look at these menus you put in.
Okay,
Don't
well,
succeed.
Thanks, Alex.
you're gonna run the yeah.
Boom.
All right. See,
You're not
menu
used
down
to
at
that.
the
Somebody
bottom.
driving your computer for you, right? Like, hit
Yeah.
ball, strike, foul, out. This is looking like a baseball app. David, have we been doing a baseball app all this time? Holy cow.
It's been baseball.
I thought it was an accounting software for a baseball team. I didn't know it was a baseball app.
That's who's paying for it. You don't want to tell them yet.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we have ad game, config, score sheet. All right. I'm seeing some stuff here. I'm seeing some.
All right, now hit the hit button.
All right.
Click on the hit button.
Whoa. All right.
How about that? Click on the fly ball button.
All right.
All right.
Caught?
Yeah.
Any of these? They have exclamation points and all right. Batters out.
So it won't dismiss. It's not doing anything. Click on the back button up at
All
the
right.
top and back again.
Cool.
So I've got menus and a little bit of functionality. Most of these aren't hooked up to anything. They have no action.
Okay. So I can be grounder, and I go, oh no, I didn't mean it. I can undo it. So when I'm watching the game, I get excited. I tap something. All right. Strike, foul out. That button's going to get hit a lot. Strike button.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
So how do we like bring you back to the good side, David?
Well, we're going to have to use
Take this thing.
full power of the Apple XC code system to let it record some stuff on the screen so that it can then print out the test steps, and then we'll know how to run our test, I think. Or I might be wrong.
So there was.
So yeah, get rid of your various numbers that you put in there for some reason.
I don't know why that happened. All right, let's see. How to undo? No, it didn't work.
Yeah, it's up there on line 37.
Why is it? Okay, we might have discovered something strange. All right, backspace works. Now if I undo that. Okay, that worked. Yeah, I don't know why I got these numbers in here. That came from the exceeding the test, the whatever. Anyways, I probably learn what that is later.
Okay. Well, to do this recording, we're going to have to go over to an actual UI test. So go up to the top corner. I wish I had a maybe I could turn on like dual menus or something, dual cursors. But I can't hold my cursor for long enough to.
There's a button that says dual cursors.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to go try and push it as soon as I get control. There's a button that says dual cursors. I don't see it.
Oh no, it's in the. You know what? It's only on my window. It's on the border that I get when you start a tuple with me. I have.
Okay, you got stuff that I don't have.
Because you just have the little you have the minimalist like lines on around your window to tell you what window you were using, but I don't see like okay, I can tap dual cursors, but I don't think they mean that. To me, this is cursor tails.
Well, keep using your cursor because I'm using mine.
Oh wow, okay, it's working.
Controlling yours.
So they're both
working for me.
Oh, okay. So that's it. All right. So that's good to turn. Pro tip for folks who are in a tuple: click the dual cursors. Otherwise, one of you is going to be waiting for control.
Yeah, that worked good. So now, how do you turn on that thing where it did the click and you get a boom?
You want the ticker tape?
No, not the ticker tape. Thank you. The other one, the one that clicked when you had a water droplet thing when you're
oh, that's the highlight click. All right, that's turned on.
Yeah,
but I don't think the cursors. Well, we'll see if you have double.
Does it do it on your screen?
No.
As I click.
That's interesting. So only me.
I see it.
That's so it shows up on your screen when I do that, but it doesn't. You can't. So it's interesting. The experience is different. The initiator of the call just has the usual stuff that you can do when you're working on your laptop, but the consumer has some perks. So
annotations happen.
Can you move the cursor still, or is that did we lose our? Oh, is that okay? That still stayed selected. Yeah, my tip back to Tuple. It's a little hard to see what's still selected after I picked a new thing. It seems like it's more of a toggle than a selector.
So
yeah.
All right, so segue back to testing.
Okay.
We want to come down here into a proper UI test so that we get all the goodness of a simulator running.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
I heard you. I'm trying to move my body out of the way so people can see.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. That's what I'm doing. I'm dodging the menu is pretty low. It's in my area.
Oh, aren't you in control of all that stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna move myself a little bit here. Shift myself a little bit further out of the way. There we are.
So, in theory, what we're going to do is start this test record thing and start the recorder, which is this thing down here.
And what's the goal here? What is this going to do?
We're going to then drive the UI.
Okay.
And the UI is going to pop up. The simulator is going to pop up. The UI is going to pop up. And we're going to be able to click on the menu items. And then it's going to record into this test those button clicks and things like that. And then we'll have the code that runs the button clicks.
Okay.
For us.
And we're going to use that code for...
Well, we could write a UI test that way, but I was hoping that if we had that code, we could put that code in a view inspector test and see if it runs the view inspector stuff also, or does it actually have to have the simulator running? I'm
hitting the ticker tape again. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm gonna. I think a little. I think that's just a ticker tape. Yeah, let's try that. So folks, we're gonna use view. We're gonna use XCUI, the Apple UI tester to expose the object hierarchy of what data hierarchy, and then use View Inspector to write very fast executing view level unit tests. So it's not test driven now, folks. We're breaking the rules a bit, and he wrote some stuff, but he wants to now make it automated. So
yeah,
this might be the Black Mark episode, the Black episode.
The Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. This is like when the Empire Strikes Back happens, right? We're gonna be stuck on Hoth.
Okay, enough of your Star Wars episode.
I don't know where to go with that either.
Okay. So
one of us is gonna be frozen carbonite. That's all I know.
Yeah, one of us.
Right.
Probably you.
I don't know. Maybe.
So I have to put my cursor inside this test so that it can know where to put my code that it's going to do, and then I click the record UI test button down here. This red button.
I'm gonna highlight that. Boink. There.
Boink.
Nice.
Oh, thank you for the highlight. Do it again.
It's here.
Yeah. Okay.
Started.
And then it's going to build for testing, and then it's going to launch the baseball simulator, and let's hope that it pops up in front here on the window. We're just waiting for it to pop up.
Boom.
Here it is. Okay.
I'm keeping my hands away from the mouse, David. It's all you.
Yeah. So now I have it. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click hit, and up pops the menu. I'm going to click fly ball, and up pops the menu, and I'm going to click triple, and that's what we want to test. And then I'm going to click back and back, and I'm going to say, okay, that test is done. And I'm going to just click the home button, which will, stop the simulator or whatever. Wow. And then, oh yeah, you always get this when you stop the simulator and
it's angry.
Yeah, and it throws a kernel thing, and you just come back over here and go back to your stuff.
Right on.
Except mine's kind of all hung up.
Hit OK. Did you hit OK?
I tried OK.
Oh.
I got the beach ball cursor.
Oh. There it goes.
There we go. Now I have control again.
All right.
And so it filled in. Yeah, nice blink. What do you call that? That thing needs a name.
A highlighter is what it's called. Highlighting.
Yeah, that's a terrible name.
I think it's kind of generic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here we have XCUI application and app button, and see, that's pretty easy. There's this whole thing of how do you find the button, and there it is. You call the button by its text, and you hope that it's unique.
Wow. Yeah.
And then you call tap. So now my question is, will we be able to use that in our view test?
I'd say it's worth a shot. Let's go. Let's copy that and go visit an XUI test.
Yeah, well, so I think not, because when we come over here and do it and we try to plug it in, so I'm going to get rid of all this junk here.
He always calls my code that, junk.
Wait a minute, where am I?
You are in score game view test. It looks like the right spot.
Okay. What is this the end of? There should be a function here, shouldn't there?
I think so too. I don't understand why it would be able to compile it. It says extraneous at the top level, so we lost our function. We lost our function.
We lost the function.
Wow, so you're getting a lot of value from this, Perry, already. Like you have the highlighter guy and you have the coder guy. Interesting. It's too bad that, so for example, I wouldn't be able to type any code in. I have to go back up and change the mode. Huh.
Yeah, that should maybe be like a function key,
Yeah, something.
Control Alt Delete, stand on your head.
Delete, reboot.
Yeah.
It's a Mac app. We can use that one.
Yeah. So if we had test some code and we did XC UI application and put this in here, let's see if it'll compile. So I'm gonna hit save. And after saving, I'm guessing that it compiled, but I'm not sure. Okay.
Thank you, Alex.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can run it. Oh, it's got to stop the existing one so I can start a new one.
Is there a way to gracefully exit the simulator?
Build succeeded.
Yes, there is. Oh. The graceful way is you end your application by clicking the home button. I think, and then yeah, you pause or stop your application by the home button, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's compiling. Test failed. No target application path specified via test configuration. Oh, that's a weird message. XUI application. It's complaining about XUI. So it's no target application path specified by test configuration. Is there some?
I can tell you what I think this is.
Oh, what's that?
I think that this is a unit test and it's not been compiled with the XCUI application code that a UI test gets compiled with.
Yeah.
So I think it has to do with how we're building this particular test.
I don't know that we would even. I don't think we want to instantiate XUI application in our view inspector test.
Well, we probably don't, but here we have to use app to get to buttons.
There's a. So what I saw, by the way, David, just a full confession, I took a look at some of the view inspector documentation, and it isn't quite like completely sharp in here, but I recall that you can do button taps through view inspector, and so I'd have to pull up the docs to be clear on that, but
okay.
It was in the let me see.
I expect it's going to use something similar to this.
I think so, but I won't have XUI application in it.
Yeah, so let's comment that out. Oops. Or delete it. Okay. And then since this is going to be we need a view under test sort of thing here.
Right.
So I'm going to copy that down here and get the that inspect is the aspect that's important for
yeah, and then
view inspector,
and then do like dot either do it on your test variable or do it on your add on to that VUT inspect. You want to tell it what you want to find those buttons by doing a dot. Let's see what we got here. Where's our IntelliSense buttons? Oh yeah, maybe try that. That's interesting. It has that caret on it. Is that by standard?
I put that in there.
Because you didn't. That wasn't what you wrote in. Is that right? Is that something underneath the plumbing?
No, I put that in both places. I put it on the button. All the other buttons don't have it because they haven't been enabled yet. But when, so a convention inside of iOS is when a navigator that has a disclosure button is created, it puts that greater than, that sign, is that greater than or less than?
Greater than.
Greater than sign on the disclosure to say this is a menu button.
Okay.
So yes, it's actually.
So you did that, or did the framework add that caret?
I did that.
Okay.
I did that to give me an indication of which ones I want to work on now. And because I'm not using the navigator window to make the menus. And you keep putting zeros on my screen.
Whoops. Am I really? Right now?
Yeah. Are you
that's
like
interesting.
holding down the 0 key?
Oh, yeah, I am. Now I know how those numbers got there. It's when I'm hovering in the wrong window, and I'm. It's interesting. I can still change my OBS camera angles. That's what that was.
Okay.
And they still, if I that's interesting. OBS keyboard shortcuts work in both apps. I can type zeros in one window, and I can change the screen in the other one. That's a new one on me.
Okay, you got too many things running on your computer.
Hey, that's how the stream works, man.
Yeah, it is how the stream works. Get in the stream.
Just don't get lost in the chaos, David.
Okay, so the question is then, okay, we need to click on hit first. So
it says it can't find VUT in scope. So we have an error right off the bat pretty early on. What's that? We need to make the inspector happy. I'm surprised because we have a try VUT up here.
that's this line here that we didn't copy down. Don't tell the copy and paste police, man.
Oh, and it's capitalized. Why is that?
Because I capitalized it, because I wanted it capitalized, because I thought it was cool as an acronym. You know, system under test.
Goodness. But it looks like, don't you think a caps looks like a constant? That's what threw me off. I thought, oh, that's a constant, but I didn't know it was a variable.
Well, it is a constant. It's a constant system under test.
It's a local constant, though. We have lets all over the place. We don't capitalize all those.
Okay. All right. So first I got to hit the hit button. And it probably has one of those carrots on it.
Okay.
Is my guess.
Yeah.
And then.
So we're going to try that and see if it works?
Do you want to?
Well, you're typing it in. It says it can't find game in scope. It's got another issue. So game came from games. You have to instantiate one of those babies. Yeah, I want to. I would want to try to see if that tap works before I even bother to invest more time on this test. So like 57 through 61, go ahead and comment that out and see if that code will compile and execute.
Don't failed.
So type of inspectable has no member buttons. So can you get the IntelliSense to help you? I have to fix something here. I'm going to go rogue here a moment. I'm going to fix this. Okay. David's going to hit me now. He's going to I'm never using this tuple thing again.
Oh my goodness. You're changing my... Oh.
We're going to use some real pair programming where we can't get along. Okay, so we're looking for buttons, right? So buttons are down here somewhere. Button. Who has the button? Oh, look, there's a button. And a button with an index. Wow.
There's no button with a string, huh?
That's interesting. So button with an index.
And we got buttons, plural, as in it's an array.
Yeah. So I think there's another thing we use. We want to use find. And we can find a button. Ah, there it is.
Okay.
So we're going to go find our button. And do you want to go ahead and put your string in there?
Yeah.
And then I think maybe, if my fingers are crossed here, we'll see if we have an action we can do on it. See if we can discover this without going to look at the document. We don't want to RTFM unless we have to.
Okay. You're driving.
Oh, okay. And then dot. Now, I want to know if there's a tap. So if I start with the T's, it's not going there. Wow, there is a tap. Boom. Hey, let's compile that.
I wonder what it gives us back.
We got to throw an error, so we just put a throws up
Yeah,
here.
throws up there, yeah.
All right. Oops, plural. Did I get the plural in there? Yeah, it came. Just a little slow. Okay. Let's run that baby. See if the code, well, at least see if it compiles. That's the main thing. And then if it compiles.
Build succeeded.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. All right, where's the ticker tape? We need some ticker tape.
Test failed.
Oh, test failed. But we got ticker tape because it compiled.
Yes, that was the main
and we
point.
did not find the match for hit.
Oh, okay. I'm very puzzled by that now. Was button was a is it type safe enough it knows that this is supposed to be a string, or was it supposed to be another thing?
Oh, it's type safe enough for that.
I would think so too. All right, let me back up here. Help me out here. There we are. Button. Find. Huh. Oh. Button title. Yeah, it's the button title. Maybe.
It could be that we've got the wrong title.
Right.
But try strike. I know strike's in there. See if you can find strike.
And do I either
without that? Yeah.
without
Just
that? Okay.
yeah.
Okay, there's a little delay. I'm waiting. Oh, we lost a connection.
We did.
Yeah. Well, that was all on my side. So, anyways, it's interesting.
It's better.
Give feedback.
What's that?
So, what do you do? Build.
I always hit the button, the red X, because it's right there at you, and that's run
Build
this.
succeeded.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
Test failed.
Ah! Search did not find a match. All right. So it's not finding our button titles, and I don't know why. It could be, yeah?
I think that View Inspector is creating the view, but the button bars and stuff are in another view that View Inspector hasn't created. Up in a hierarchy of things, we've shortcutted the application and said just instantiate a score game view, and those other things are in another hierarchy, another part of the hierarchy that we haven't instantiated. That's my guess.
So when we instantiate, that sounds plausible. So when we instantiate score game view, you don't think it instantiates all the other views. They're like on ice or something.
Yeah. So if we look at score game view, which is over here, score game view is going to have all this stuff below it: navigator, geometry reader, Z-stack, and everything. But these menus come about. Where's the menus? Am I in the right place? Yeah. Here we have the menus. Where are all the hit ball, strike, and foul. That's what I'm looking for. Where's strike?
Toolbar.
Right there.
All right. So it's a toolbar on the, and this is in the same view, but I realize there's a bunch of, it's somewhere in that hierarchy.
Yeah. See the geo reader here? It should be below it. So this is ending the geo reader. Here's the end of the Z stack. I put these notes out here because I'm always looking for the end of something.
Okay.
And so that's why I put these comments out here. So the toolbar is tacked on to the end of the geo reader. And so it is inside the navigation view, and here body is our score game view. So I'm wrong. It's all within the score game view, but it doesn't seem to know how to get to there.
I have a small child who wants to come in and interrupt our stream. Let me let her in, or she'll be like, it'll be worse for us. Just a moment.
Don't make things worse.
Hello, small child. Come on, we're broadcasting. Why don't you come over here and introduce yourself?
Hey.
The internet is not working.
Oh, it's working. I see people on my stream.
I'm on the internet.
Come over here.
Whoa,
There. Hi, small child. Like, you just like, that was like a rock star move. She said her hair over her head.
Yeah.
Kind of dabbed in the camera. So I can't. It's working, and I'm busy. So we'll have to wait till I'm done. All right.
Yeah, class will be over by then.
Well, I'm stuck, girl. So
And Koala
you can talk to
and
mom.
Koala won't help me. He won't turn off. He won't
Okay.
start the internet.
Just talk to mom. That's who your next level of support is. I need to get back to this. We're trying to write our view inspector test.
Well, the thing that could help is writing the Wi-Fi password somewhere.
No, it's written down. Mom knows it. Come on, you got to leave now,
Oh, she
please.
typed-
What is your password again? Well, there's going to be a lot of dead air space here, and we might cut it out in the, what's it called? The director's cut. But I think this stuff should be present, and we should be able to find strike in using that tool. So I'm flabbergasted as to why we can't.
Can we? Can I bring up a browser, or you bring up a browser? Either way, on camera, and then let's dip into the type, like, go to View Inspector, Docs. Oh, there. Yeah, that might be a good way. And then, so the dynamic query with find. I wonder. I thought the find was powerful enough to cross to look deep to look in the whole hierarchy. So
There's an example of finding a button.
So you see up a little higher though. So this thing about any view find. Alternatively, to writing a full path to target view, you can use one of the find functions. So he does any view, which implies, all right, find it somewhere. And then he picked out this case, but we could pick our button. Let's try that. Can we try any view after? I don't know what that text is supposed to mean. Oh, it's going to get the text variable, I guess.
When we go back to our test.
Yeah. And this is
Not this
text.
test. Not this test. This test.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, there we are. Tuple, David is calling. I'm going to reject. No, I'll accept. And there we are. Oops. Got to get this on the right window. I have a windowing problem. Oh, you're going to be up. It's weird how windows get stuck where they're not supposed to be sometimes.
So you've got a echo.
Oh. Yeah, I need to fix that. Okay, I turned that off. Thank you for that. I'm going to close this tuple window. You might have to invite me in again. It's just I let it come in on the wrong spot, and that's not going to work. It went over the top of one of my full screens. There we are. Okay, we're back, folks. Possible network outage from small child. We'll see. Probably reboot the router on me. It's like, who knows? I'm not sure. But it was working when she was here. And when she left, it stopped working. I wonder why.
Because you didn't give her the right response.
Apparently,
said, I know how to fix this.
Yeah. It's like, Dad.
Good for her. She solved her own problem.
Okay. All right, cool. So back to the code. So we were looking at using this AnyView and speculating whether that would work. Did that work? Did you get anywhere?
I have not tried it yet.
Okay.
I'm about to hit the button.
Build failed.
Build failed.
So there's a tap on the end. So search did not find a match. What do you mean?
Oh,
no, that's old news.
We got to get rid of this,
Oh, yeah.
which is causing us some problems there, I think. And it doesn't clear out that error message for
Test failed.
All right, caught error. View, score, game view, self, any view, found navigation view instead of any view.
You see, any view I think is a particular type of view.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know how to say that.
Oh.
I don't know what any view means.
Okay. All right, well, scratch that idea. Let's see.
So it's really finding, after inspect, it's finding the navigation view.
Okay.
And I think, I don't know what an any view is, if it's a type of view or if it's a wildcard. It sounds like a wildcard, but it might not be. I haven't grokked it enough to understand any view.
Let me double check that our stream is working, by the way. Yeah, I have my documentation on View Inspector over here, but yeah, it looks like we're still live. Good. Okay, so dynamics. Dynamic query with find. So we do, in case you obtain access. I don't know, man. So I see another example with an inspect, HStack, any view, other than self, text. Dynamic query with find. Alternatively, to writing the full path, you can, to target the view, you can use find to find it for you, which sounds great.
Yeah, I've used find before. I started using it a week ago or whatever, and it works out great, but I haven't been able to find the buttons.
Okay.
I went and tried the old
CUI, yeah.
Yeah, that technique to find the buttons.
Huh. Yeah, I feel like today we might have to stop and look into this. I'm trying to, I don't know how to solve the problem without just trying some things out, and it probably won't, it'll probably take some time. So I'm looking at find. I don't see any limitations. Oh wait, in addition, there are a few Swift modifiers that currently block the search. Navigation bar items, popover, and overlay and background preference. Are we using any navigation items? Navigation bar items?
Navigation bar items. I don't think so.
Okay.
We're using a tab bar, and I think a navigation bar is a different thing. I don't know where you're reading that, but
oh, I'm on the View Inspector documentation. Just scrolling through it. It's on that. It's on the. Okay, what's the title of this? This is the inspection guide, and I think it was the same document you had up.
yeah, it's just a very, very long document. So
Yeah, that's towards the bottom. Yeah, right now I feel that interview. What happens if you? So we try it without the any view. We did just like you have it, and that does that work?
No, I don't think that works.
Oh, okay.
Build succeeded.
And if we use find all, it'll come up back with an array of matching views rather than just trying to find one. It says it traverses the hierarchy in a breadth first order until it finds the first matching view, and then it stops. If none are found, it throws an exception, which is, I think, our problem right now. And they have an example with a button. It looks fine, like what we're doing. It says it returns a button which label contains the text, and so it's about your button label, which is what you're doing. Yeah. So that failed again.
Yeah, it threw this error. Cannot search error. Search did not find a match.
Yeah. Well, okay. A couple observations. It looks like I don't think the XUI test gives us much help on finding the hierarchy. It seems like this find. This is what Alexi did when in our View Inspector episode when he came on. He used this to discover something really. He made it look quite easy. Whatever he was looking for that time. I'm not sure why it's not working for us. I don't know if there's a limit. I feel when I read the document, it seems like it should find everything within the hierarchy. So of all matching views, so you could search for anything. Well, let's try something else. Okay, let's go back and look at the view and pick out a different element and see if we can find it.
The problem is there's really, about the only thing that's on here is score game, an image, and these menu items. So we can try and find score game.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit technical. Like, what's the first thing after the view? What's the first item that shows up in that code? So I'm going to drive a little bit in here. Whoops, I got to get the other thing. So this says, where's the top of the view?
Oh, wait a minute. You were just saying navigation bar?
Yeah.
You had something about navigation bar, and we're in a navigation bar.
Oh, okay. So the navigation bar can't search in it, I think is what it said. Let me jump down to the exceptions or whatever it said. Oh, limitations, that's what it was called.
Well, I don't know what I thought a navigation bar was different. We're in the navigation title. We're setting the navigation title to score a game.
Okay.
And then we're using toolbar items that's part of a navigation view.
So it says this is a limitation with find. It can't automatically traverse the whole view if there's a navigation bar. So I'm assuming then, let's try some things out here. Let's kick the tires on this a little bit. So if I go up into this view, what else could we search for and kind of kick the tires?
There's nothing there, but we could certainly put something in here right after image. We can put in some text.
Oh, there it is. Geometry reader, Z-stack, image. I mean, I assume we could even search for image too, but maybe that's not true. But yeah, definitely could search for that. Okay.
We should now have a Lancer Strikes out there somewhere should be, yep, right below home plate. So going back to our test, we want to find
yeah, see if we can find that. Except that's not a button. You have to change that to maybe text colon or something.
Build succeeded.
Sweet.
Test failed.
All right, caught an error. Search not find a match.
let's try it again because
Build succeeded. Test succeeded.
Oh. All right, ticker tape this baby. All right, so we found that we can find something. Now, now let's explore this limitation. So what's right before the? Can we move that item to right before the tool, the navigation bar?
Well, the navigate. I don't know how you're seeing this or mentally thinking of it, but this text
Okay.
on the screen,
Yep.
right before it, the navigation view is up here, and all these things are stacked inside of each other. You don't mean visually, you mean code-wise,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, or find something else we could search before we hit the navigation bar. But I think if presenting hit pop-up wrapped value, this is probably an idea that we could search for some of these texts. Like there's a back, but back is in something else that's got to pop up. And I'm not sure, I suppose what View Inspector will find it is, oh, maybe it finds it anyhow. Let's just run it. Yeah, you move the code, you move the line in the product code, the same find might still work. Let's try it out. It's a good idea.
Build succeeded.
Don't you like Alex talking to you?
I was going to ask you what your wife thinks about this, but she probably, you need a home pod so you could really like make that loud.
Broadcast across the whole world. Okay, so
Did not find it.
it did not find it, and it's down inside.
A pop-up. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if it needs to be activated before it'll find a pop-up. So that's a little complicated. Is there anything else we could do to explore? Like, what about not in the pop-up, but somewhere else? What else is
I
there?
think I put it down here in the nav bar
Well,
area, which is what he's saying doesn't work.
not with find. So the solution then is we have to navigate to the nav bar, and let's see. Can we figure out how to do that? Because that will solve it. What he's saying is you can't use find in this case. So can we navigate down there? I'm saying that not knowing how to. Let's see. Where's our navigation example?
Yeah, that's the part I don't know how to navigate.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because
here.
it's not really in the, it's not in the flow of things. That's what's got me stumped.
What about just finding the type? Let's see, what's it say? Go to. Let's change that test. You can take that text out of there. It doesn't need to be there. But back at the test, let's try dot find, and then put the view type in there. But we'll put navigation type. Navigation. Yeah, get rid of the text. Yeah, navigation type.
Oh.
Is that what it's called? Sorry, navigation bar type. That's probably what it's called. Bar.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I'm just looking at their naming patterns. They have these types. Now, those types, are those View Inspector types, or is that something that's an Apple type? I'm not sure. So it's capital navigation.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Oh, it's okay. Let me just type it. So this is what I think. So we're going to get rid of this. So we're going to try to find the navigation bar. Navigation bar. And then for some reason, they have the word type on the end. If that's not an iOS pattern, then maybe it's, let's do this.
Well, so navigation bar is probably a Swift UI thing. I can look that up.
Okay.
Class.
Okay.
Well, I think I just typed over your screen. by mistake.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Undo. That's what they made undo for.
I don't seem to be able to get my cursor. Okay. Maybe, no. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah. And I
Okay.
don't, let's see if it even compiles. I'd be curious. Because you're not, no, let's see, I got to show you this screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Like, if you want to see what I'm looking at, go to the View Inspector document, and you will see view type, and then it does a dot HStack, for example. And, oh, I bet those are View Inspector types. So is it still trying to compile, or is it not doing anything?
I think it's sedentary.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try something different.
What
View
do you want to do?
type dot. What kinds of things can I have? Oh, I bet I can have a navigation type. Navigation view, but that's not navigation bar. So that's a view type. That's why. Can I have a, is this bar type? I'm not sure where I'm typing. Are we both trying to type at the same time? Is that what's going on?
Or we ought to be separate. I assume that, oh, well, maybe it is on my computer. Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. Bar type didn't work. So there's view types. Are there other types that View Inspector looks at? Because how do I navigate to a, how do I go into a navigation bar with View Inspector? That's my problem right now.
Well, I don't think there is a navigation bar type. I think it's a navigation view, and the navigation view then has various things in it, one of which might be a toolbar, which is probably shorthand for the navigation bar.
Okay. So you see I found navigation view, and it has children, and it has an inspection call, which I don't know what that's for. Okay, now the children can be content. What is that?
Well, that would be a view content. So you could put in anything in there like text, hello world.
Okay. Can I put strike?
You could, but you have to put it inside a text. It has to be a view. So you have to, that's just a string. You have to make it a view. So text, paren, yeah.
All right. And then if I put that into this find, I know it's a little weird. We're still using find, but I'm trying to find the navigation bar. Okay, anyways, let's just try that out. Oh, stop that. Does it make sense to obsess over the look if I don't know if the code's going to stay there? Probably not. All right, so if I run the test, compile it, I mean. I guess we compile.
Build failed.
Cannot find text in scope. So what did I do wrong here?
It's thinking of text as a variable, not as a view. So
for children. So children can be a content. What does this S mean?
damned if I know what those things mean. M I think means variable. M is was it module? I don't know what they all mean.
Okay.
I haven't figured them out yet.
That's right. So there's a lot of stuff
M means
there.
method. Sorry.
Okay. Children, content. There's an inspection call too. And content should be a, wow, why does it do that? It was a lowercase c a moment ago. Content is, so text doesn't work. Now the weird thing is, well, maybe I can do this. Is that content?
Build failed.
No, it's not. Okay. All right. And we know it can't be a text.
Build failed.
So, sorry, I'm a little stuck on this one. I don't know how to make this work. I feel like, I don't know, man. Are we stuck? Do we call the stream?
Oh, we're definitely stuck.
All right.
Yeah, because I don't know why you're trying to figure that out, but
I'm trying to navigate to that bar, to the navigation view, so that we can find those buttons.
yeah. I think wherever you found that note that View Inspector is not working with navigation bars, I can just search it and find it, but I think that's apparently we have a problem here. We have stuff in the navigation bar, and View Inspector is not working with navigation bars quite yet.
No, well, it doesn't work with find. You can specify the path to it, but I don't have much experience at specifying paths to it, so I don't know how to build the path either. If I was, so my speculation would be this: you would go back to our view, which view is it?
Core game view.
Core.
Right there. Next and down.
Score game view. Okay. So it'd be like navigation view / wow.
Geometry reader.
Holy cow! Look at that. It's way up there. Navigation view, and then I'd look for another view like.
Well, they're all views. What you're doing is you're missing the fact that these are all just different types of views. They don't have names, so that's a type of view, and that's a type of view.
All right.
And that So
it'd be like navigation view / geometry reader / ZStack / after that we probably have to jump down to something towards the bottom. To whoops, where is the toolbar? Here's the toolbar. It's on the end of the GeoReader, right? So the GeoReader wouldn't be any deeper than that.
Yeah.
And then it goes to, so it's up here to that one. So you wouldn't actually go into GeoReader. You'd back up. So it's only 2 levels deep.
Yeah.
And then you have to specify toolbar.
And then toolbar items.
Toolbar item.
And then a button.
Okay. Yeah. So we need to work out a couple examples. It's probably late in the stream to do this today, but here's what I would try to do. I'd do a kata where I would build a brand new clean view. I would write a view inspector test to drive me to write the clean view, just a simple view. You could even just use it like, what is this thing called? Game view? I don't know what type game view is. Whoa, there it is. So there's you start with a regular view. Okay, great. And then you think, okay, what do I want to put into the view? And you could jump into directly the problem, which is the navigation bar. So you add that, or you write the test that fails. That says within view I should have a navigation bar, and then when that fails, then you would go at it. Now the problem I would have, the first problem I have to solve is how to express that hierarchy to view inspector, and I know there's a way. In fact, we put our old view inspector tests. Let's take a look at some of those. Those have hierarchies because we weren't using find initially. We were trying to all go by the hierarchy, right?
Yeah, they're in player wrote UI test.
Look at this. View inspector, scroll view, lazy view, for each, tuple view, section, for each, tuple view, text string. Wow. So yeah, I would. So this is a case where I would give myself a prescription to go do some katas do some from scratch, build some views, and do it test driven, because we already know how to do it without View Inspector and without being test driven. Is to write the first test. So right now it's 4:50, so we shouldn't do it today. So if you don't get to it today, maybe we could do it the next episode, or you'll have another, something else will happen, and we'll do that. But
Okay.
that's an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Great.
So let's go ahead and close the show. Hey folks, today we used Tuple. We successfully did some pair programming. We did some ticker tape things. You saw a network outage, and most of the tools reconnected. That worked okay.
Yeah.
We got
What'd you
stuck
think
with
about
View Inspector,
Tuple
but
View?
we learned.
Give me your first impression of Tuple View.
So I'm trying not to be triggered by the cost, honestly. So the cost from a individual license perspective, $25 a month is pretty high. If I get my company to pay for it, I'm happy. But so yeah, if I have a business, if I'm running my own business and I'm making enough to, if my business is to develop code with other people, then this is really valuable. And $25 a month isn't a lot of money to a business if I'm making money with this tool. If I'm just doing it to hang out somewhere, then it's a lot. I'd rather spend that money to upgrade my internet. What do you think
of the features of Tuple View?
I think it's okay. So I am trying to decide, and David, I'm open. What do you think? Is this better than a Zoom shared meeting or not?
I think it's a little bit better, but it's going to take some getting used to. So we're actually using two things. We're using Tuple and Zoom, but yeah, I think Tuple's got some features that a regular Zoom meeting doesn't have.
For sure.
Like you can't, in a Zoom meeting, you can't control my screen and I control my screen within 2 seconds.
Oh, that's a key feature. So I didn't know that. So because I don't do a lot of pairing over Zoom. So all right. Because usually when we pair over Zoom, I have to request access for sure, and then you have to click on something, and then after that, do I only have access, or can we hand off back and forth easy?
We'd have to test that.
Okay. Because we've done that somewhat, but I don't remember it being an issue, so I'm a little bit puzzled.
Yeah, that's you have to do some controlled tests to make sure we know what we're talking about.
Because Zoom is $16 a month, by the way. And if Zoom is as good mostly for pair programming, it's going to be tough for me to buy Tuple. Tuple, I like that it launches easy on the menu. I click up on this menu up here, and I just pick who I'm going to pair with. Boom, and it goes. So that's pretty cool. Tuple has a chat. It has audio. You can call each other through Tuple. You can mute people with Tuple. But for me the biggest question is that big price. But the thing is, if they don't charge for anything, then it goes away like Screen Hero did. So I know it's valuable that they charge something, because if they don't make money, they won't be around.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was fun. I knew it was going to be challenging because I could not figure out how to get there.
Yeah. Well, it's a pity that we can't. I thought it was a good strategy to use XCUI to discover the hierarchy, but the problem is that it doesn't. It's not the same.
It didn't give us a hierarchy. It just said, "Yeah, I found it. You can use it."
Yeah, I think it did something like View Inspector and found it, but it doesn't have this hang up that we have with the navigation view.
Yep.
Okay. Well, hey man, let's go enjoy our Fridays, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do on our next show later.